Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here to the world of Pike and Shot once again, and we have a glorious 2v2 here as we have a battle of faiths taking place. We have the Catholic coalition over there of Bavaria and the Holy Roman Empire battling off against the Kingdom of Sweden and the I guess the Kingdom of Saxony. I think they are a kingdom, not a duchy. But yeah, so we do have a lovely 2v2 setting up here, and already we have some Polish cavalry here, which have like guerrilla formation, like deployment, and they've already managed to take out some Jaegers here. One of them did sacrifice themselves and get impaled on some stakes, the fools. But yeah, the other one did go around the stakes and has rear charged these Jaegers, and literally I loaded it into this replay, and that was the first move that happened. Literally I had to start the replay almost immediately. And there you go, another routing Jaeger there. Is probably going to just be all of these. I think the Polish cavalry is just going to go all the way down this line and probably get rid of all these Jaegers. And we're fairly near the red line, so I think most of these guys are probably just going to run off battlefield straight away. But yes, it's great to be back in the world of Pike and Shot. And yeah, I'm really excited and looking forward to this replay. It certainly should be a fun one. And yeah, I've always been wanting to see like a little bit more of a mix or bag of factions face each other. We often see like, I don't know, Sweden versus HRE, which is still cool, I will admit, just like all Sweden versus all HRE. But like a mixed bag, so we've got like the Swedes here and the Saxons up against the Bavarians and also the HRE. I mean, they're all still pretty Western European factions. They're all going to have pretty much the same strengths, same units. Like musketeers and pikes, because well, we are in the world of Pike and Shot. It would be weird if you didn't have that. And most of them have the similar sort of cav, like most of the the Western European factions at this point in time have like cuirassiers. We have the cuirassier Urvid here, but we also have like harquebusiers, and then we have well, yeah, lots of harquebusiers. Rapiers often are quite a common thing. We have Johann Count of Tilly as the commander here for the Bavarians. We have Dragoon of Pikemen, which are pretty much, I would imagine, lancers, but it's a fun name for them. You don't see these guys very often. I wonder if they're unique units of Bavaria. But they're a big unit, 100-man unit as well, bigger than most of like the cuirassiers and even the harquebusiers. So yeah, very big unit. That's a fun thing to see, something a bit different. We have a lot of like pikes and also musketeers sitting up over here for the Bavarians. And then, yeah, I mean, it's similar for the HRE as well. They often have similar sorts of... I mean, the HRE encompasses Bavaria, so they might have, well, exactly the same units. I mean, we have the Camargo pikemen over there. I know that also the HRE does have access to those guys. Yeah, Pappenheim infantry like regiment musketeer. Pappenheim is Bavarian, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's some Pappenheim.
The men of fatigues are a must rest a while.
So yeah, that'll be fun to see. I'm looking forward to seeing how these two factions face off against each other. Bavaria weirdly was one of the first added, but I guess that is because of Pappenheim. And we have Heinrich Hulk here as the commander for the HRE. The Swedes are one of the superpowers in this period. They are really, really strong. We watched them in the most recent battle, and they absolutely steamrolled the HRE. I'm not saying the HRE are a bad faction; they're a good faction. They kind of are the two main protagonists of the Swedes and the HRE in like the 30 Years' War, fighting sort of like for the faith of Europe, you could say, for the faith of Germany. Certainly, we have John George I of Saxony. Never trust a man that has two first names. That's my policy. But yeah, John George I of Saxony leading the way there, and he's got a big old line. Again, it looks like he has lots of yeah, like lots of mercenary pikes. We've got light pikemen here. We've got some Dresden musketeers. So it looks like they're called Burgenwehr instead of like musketeers. It's kind of cool, Burgenwehr. There's some Goldstein musketeers here. Hopefully they're not the Goldstein we all know and hate. Goldstein pikes as well. I guess Goldstein must be like a commander or something from the Saxon army. Yeah, they have a lot of actually Goldstein units. Oh my. And then, yeah, over here we have who is the leader for the Swedes today. I imagine he's with the cavalry. It often seems like the cav need the general support. Yeah, he's shifting there now. We have Hans Georg von Arnim Boitzenberg. Is a long, complicated name. But yes, they are getting ready. So yeah, if you have been enjoying the Pike and Shot content and want to see some more of it, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, guys, and do feel free to leave a comment as well to show your support. We're working towards, I guess, 11k subs, slowly working our way there. So yeah, if you want to help the community and help sort of like the channel out, do feel free to subscribe and all that shenanigans. But,
our men are running.
Anyway, less of that, and let's get on into the battle. It seems like some more skirmishing has been taking place. Looks like some Jaegers here have been routed by some Jaegers of the HRE. I mean, Saxony is technically also part of the HRE, so yeah, both have a lot of German units. So yeah, you have the Miliz Jaeger on both sides here, and they both routed each other. Looks like the Poles have also managed to re-rally. They also are stood over the stakes. These aren't friendly stakes. I'm surprised they survived just stood here, using their bows and arrows. Not quite. No one gave them the memo that it's Pike and Shot. There you go. There they go. They're getting impaled by the pikes now. Yeah, the medieval era is over, guys. We're in the Pike and Shot period now. Did you not get the memo? Yeah, they should rout, I'd imagine.
The hidden units.
And it looks like, I don't know. I think we're looking from the perspective of the Saxons and the Swedes. So enemies uncovering hidden units. I mean, we can see everything for both sides, I think. So it must be maybe like Jaegers or something that's being revealed. We have Dragoons here as well, the Tupadal Dragooners. They're pretty solid, actually. In the previous games I've seen them in, they've done okay. And yeah, they can dismount and shoot, but they can also stay mounted and be actual cavalry. So a very cool sort of hybrid cav unit, very useful. And artillery setting up in the front lines here for both sides. Well, it looks like they've got 6-pounders already getting ready to blast away. If you do want to check out this mod, it is only available if you have Shogun 2. Of course, it's not like a standalone Total War. It is a mod at the end of the day for Shogun 2. And yeah, if you ever wanted to check it out, I'll leave a link for it in the description of this video. You can go and check it out. I'll also leave a link for the Discord of the server, so you can go and check out their server and get involved in battles. And they can also help you with things like installing or any bugs you might be having with the game. It's a really useful and great community, and they are very friendly lot. Looking to increase the size of their community. And yeah, it's a comment I'm getting quite often at the moment. With also, I'll come back to the Jaegers here. We're pretty close to the guns. And these gun crews, I was going to say, yeah, you just shoot them. They break like this. They are like very vulnerable. Our artillery pieces, and yeah, there you go. That's one gun piece already gone and abandoned. Artillery crews are very susceptible to musket fire. So yeah, that's actually a good tactic there by the HRE to rout one of the Saxon guns. The other one, I imagine, will follow suit. I'm surprised the Saxons or the Swedes haven't thrown a cavalry, like this cavalry regiment here, to go and scare off the Jaegers, save the artillery. But yeah, if you, a lot of you have been asking in the comments, I've been like, is this mod getting a campaign? Because I know a lot of people do play like single player Total War, and it is going to be getting a campaign. It is the long-term sort of aim of the mod to get a campaign going. I think it's going to use the same map as, well, it needs obviously a European map. It's not going to use the same map as Shogun. So yeah, there's a lot of work that's going to be done to change the map of Japan into the map of Europe and the Near East, because you've got the Ottomans, and they might do Persia. I think they're doing Persia as well. There's a massive list of the amount of factions they want to add by the end of the campaign, or by the end of development. I don't know if they'll all be playable and custom, or whether some of them would just be like unique campaign factions that, just like minor factions for a campaign. But yeah, they've got a massive long list. And if they make them all like, some of the Western European ones I can understand, like the Saxony and HRE, it's pretty much impossible to make them like very different. But yeah, if they can manage to get some decent faction variety in there, it could be a really fun mod. I'm really excited by this mod. It does seem like it has lots and lots of potential. Looks like over here we're seeing lots of missile cav come forward. We've got the Harkebusiers again. Yeah, Harkebusiers for HRE. You'll see them for the Swedes. You'll see them for the Bavarians, and also for the Saxons. I'd imagine. Yeah, we've got Raetiers here, which are pretty similar to the Harkebusiers. I really struggle with the name there for a minute. I think these guys are pistols instead of rifles, though. Raetiers.
The enemy has discovered
that's
your
about the only difference. Don't quote me on that. This Jaeger is. What is this? Oh, it's the 4-pounder crew re-rallied. I think it has. And I was like, what is going right towards the Jaegers? And it's this 4-pounder gun crew. But they have no guns, but were they just trying to rout these guys? They also got shot by something there. I think that was by the Italian musketeers from a long range. long way away. I don't know if they were really in range, but they managed to rout them. And yeah, I mean, they need to be careful with the H3. They've already run over these stakes once with their horse archers. They don't want to run over them with the arquebusiers. They're a much more useful unit. They are, yeah, forming up here. Got some more heavily armoured ones here, the German mercenary arquebusiers. Seem a little bit more armoured than the Orbs Bendik Deutsch arquebusiers. I'm butchering these names, I think. There you go.
Our general is under attack.
The general's under attack. Concerned other small arms fire. John George, I think, is under small arms fire. I don't think it's the other one, Hans. John George. Yes, no, yeah, Hans is doing just fine. It looks like Sweden over here has got a nice tactic going on. He's got musketeers and pikes to support his cav wing, which, to be honest, is a pretty small cav wing for a pike and shot game. Cavalry regiment here, arquebusiers. He's got a lot of these dragoons and arquebusiers. I've not seen really any sort of cuirassiers. Yeah, it's got more sort of in the centre here, some more cavalry regiment. And it looks like more, yeah, dragoons. He's really relying on those dragoons, it seems, in this game. But yeah, no sort of like heavy cuirassiers or anything like that, which Bavaria has brought. They have brought a fair share of those, and also have plenty of arquebusiers here, which are pretty decent. But yeah, the musketeer line fight, I think, is actually working in favour of the Swedes here. It's just more men. It's a 160-man unit. It's double the size of these arquebusiers cav units. Yeah, I mean, the devs have done an amazing job. It really is, like, an amazing mod. Like, all the models, all the units, so unique. Nothing looks like it's from the original vanilla game. You wouldn't have known this is Shogun 2 unless I told you, really. But yeah, it is, and it plays so different because it's much slower than Shogun 2, which is, like, really speedy. And, like, yeah, you're, like, fast-paced. You're lucky if you see everything in a replay. In Shogun 2, like in this, it's a lot more slow paced to start with, I feel like. It does kind of get chaotic, I feel like, by the middle of the game. But yeah, it is a very, like, entirely different game, really. Entirely. And you can see the Swedes and the Bavarians getting their first sort of, like, musketeer line fight underway here. It's, like, fairly evenly matched. Actually, I think Bavaria has vastly more musketeers. They were, I think, about 5 or 6 there, I think. So, yeah, 1, 2, 3... yeah, 5 musketeers, and they have a battalion staff commander as well to rally. So yeah, these guys here, they're 40-man, 30-man units. They're just there to rally your troops, really, and that's about it. They're not that useful for fighting. Again, over here, Saxony trying to support his cav arm with mercenary arquebusiers. They look very silly. They've got very conquistador-looking hats on, and they've got just tunics, no body armor for them at all. Yeah, lots of mercenary arquebusiers being thrown up by the Saxons. Very, very nice. Artillery as well is actually can be pretty useful. They can get some decent kills in this. They often, you see the devastation they put into a pike unit. If they hit a pike unit and it goes all the way through, my gosh, it's nasty. Oh, is this 6-pounder? I think has lost one of his guns already. So that's a bit of an L there for the HRE. Hopefully, they don't lose the other one. And like cav and stuff like that is not like too speedy, so they couldn't like dash all the way up here and just try and catch these artillery pieces out. They'd see it a mile off, and also cav would probably tire quite a bit from over that distance. Bavaria here gives some cover to his cavalry, which is exactly what he needs to stop these sort of like the Hamilton Scots regiment here, the musketeer unit for the in the employment of the Swedes. They're kind of trying to cover the fire from that by putting musketeers in front, which is a good idea. It saves the cavalry from being shot so much. Yes, the fighting goes on. It's very much a sort of a bit of a mind game here, who's going to move first. So I'm going to make it a quick cut, and I'll see you guys in a moment once the fighting maybe gets a little bit more. Oh, I say I'm going to make a quick cut. Verona regiment's already breaking it. This is a bit of a problem here for the Swedes. So I'll be intrigued to see whether they send up more troops. There's a lot of lots of musketeers here. The Bavarians, they have about 8 or 9 units here, and actually the Bavarians are losing one as well. So yeah, wavering is starting to get underway. So this line fight is costing themselves the troops. And if you lose a unit to mass rout, something like that, it does affect the other units around it, and it can cause mass routs itself. And it does seem as though, after all that wavering, nothing is going to come of it. It looks like both sides are going to, just behave themselves. I really want to see Bavaria go in with these Dragoon Pikemen. We have, I think, played on this map before, or something similar, because I do remember like a big cav fight going on around this field here before. But yeah, I definitely feel like maps is a big
Our men are running,
that need to be added in this mod, just to, add some variety, add some spice to the game. Looks like the artillery regiment's the other one, maybe the other one break as well. The crew's broken anyway. That's all that's there is to report. See here, the artillery mounting up. Got a nice hill, and they're protected by the pikes as well, so any cav charge is going to activate the pikes to come down and probably save the artillery. Yeah, it looks like Sweden and Bavaria are going to be the first to cross swords, or cross pikes I should say. It's like Hamilton's, oh no, these aren't Hamilton Scots, they're Bastard Gotland guys. I think Hamilton Scots are somewhere. Maybe not. I know they're Hamilton Scots. Doing glorious stuff in their tartan outfits. Yeah, HRE being very passive. I mean, I don't know what's going on here with this unit. It's definitely not in range. So, like I said, not quite sure what if it's a bug or something like that, maybe. But yeah, it's just waiting on Bavaria. I think maybe if Bavaria is the more competent player, the better player for Pike and Shot. Or maybe he just feels like he has the right build to try and take out Prussia. Fire when ready! Marco Musketeers, fire when ready.
Ein Schwert, gebt mir ein Schwert!
Lovely stuff. Sweden over here does seem like they're bringing up more infantry, or at least spreading it out maybe a little bit more, just to try and minimize casualties. I mean, Bavaria doesn't have a lot of pikes really in the general region over here if you were to attack. They've got like I think just the one. There's another one here, but yeah, if Sweden has about 3 or 4 in that one spot, so they can try and force a couple over here, really try and outnumber the Bavarians when it comes to pikemen. Pikemen against musketeers, oh my, it's a beautiful, beautiful sight. As long as the pikemen don't get shot in point-blank range by musketeers, then it's a beautiful sight. Otherwise, it's a pretty painful sight watching all those musketeers rout do. The line fight intensifies. Still nothing really giving. No one's going to break just yet. It just seems like this Rheinak infantry musketeer is going to break first. It has got down to 130 men, and yeah, it's already wavered once. It's looking pretty tired. But we'll see. We will see whether they'll break. The Swedes here also looking like they could break the Road Regiment here, but I wouldn't have thought either side really wants to keep up this sort of line fight and these artillery volleys. It's got a 1-pounder here. Tiny little gun out, just keep shooting at the horses over here, like the cavalry. But yeah, I wouldn't have thought either side would want to keep this up for too long. I feel like a cav fight works for both sides here to try and win this game. Yeah, here we go. We'll see whether they can break through. Mercenary arquebusiers still waiting patiently. But the Piccolomini arquebusiers here, they're pretty decent. I think they're fairly well armored, actually. Yeah, look at them. They've got like black armor. They like are proper like cuirassiers almost. And they might actually be a decent sort of like hybrid cav unit. I don't know if there's such a thing really. We've got cuirassiers over here as well. The cuirassiers from Gotz. So it just seems as though brought some of those here, more rapiers. It does seem like Hatries brought a lot of cav as well, actually. Got the Vernier cuirassier. And Hulk has been attacked. Poor guy. Blasted.
Infanterie in Reichweite, Sir.
Who wants to fight and die for Bavaria? That's what I want to know. Sweden does look like they're in a good spot here. They're actually kind of splitting ever so partially the Hatry and Bavaria. Bavaria's really digging in. Here go for this Rhoda regiment, which is wavering. And the Torpedo Dragoons also break there. It's a win. It's an aligned fight. Victory came first to the Swedes. And I like this, that these Dragoons to screen off the HRE that's engaged. They've got their artillery and some of their infantry really close into this corner of the formation. They're blasting into the side of these guys. Whether they can get the pikes in there and just start a side charge, that would be huge. Got the regiment here of Corona. Bruna, I don't know how you say it. It's breaking, or it's been breaking. Seems like the discipline of the Pappenheim Corps is maybe too much for the Swedes here today. We'll see.
Ein Schwert! Ein Schwert!
And what is going on? There's still a blue marker right in the middle. Oh, there is actually I thought it was a routing unit. Over the artillery crew, but no, it is Torpedo Dragoons. They've got very far forward here. Maybe a little overextended. The Hatry, I guess, sees the sign, sees there's a chance to go. They got shot pretty hard there, though, by artillery. It was a pretty good shot. Doesn't look like they lost a single man, though. Kind of impressive. Again, you see that these guys have been like forced to come and deal with Sweden. If Sweden can maybe pin these guys, and the Saxons can swing in from the side, really hit these Hatries in the back or in the side. You can see the Hatries already giving ground. He sees what's happening. He's like, nah, I'm not staying around for that, pal. And I don't blame him. Sweden with his elite troops here, doing a fairly decent job. This is a very elite troop. I haven't seen any sort of like, well, the Winkel regiment, Musketeer. I haven't seen any sort of like guard sort of type unit. You know, like France and also Spain have guard units, but yeah, it'd be cool to see like some other guard unique units for both sides, fly all sides. The artillery here being broken, look at that, it's wavering. Getting, yeah, this one got destroyed. And now we're jumping onto this one.
Our men are running, sir.
Men are running, hey? Where are they running? Oh, yeah, the gun's going. Oh, and the Saxons are breaking. The Dresdenberg are there. I wonder if they're not that great, really. The German mercenary lights broke quickly. Jaeger's there. Still aren't done. They're going to keep snipe shooting any officer, any guy that carries a standard, to shoot him, take him out. Here we go. Sweden is getting very close in this. As you might be able to see on the map, is definitely the closest point between the two armies. It looks like pikes are getting ready. We've got the Ugula regiment in behind the Winkel Musketeer regiment. It looks like, yeah, they're getting ready for a pike fight here. Very different than having enough pikes to deal with all this. I mean, hopefully this unit's very elite. Yeah, these are big units. I mean, 216 actually not as I thought. There you go. This Swedish unit here is about to break. I think it seems like even though they are point blank blasting the Bavarians, yeah, they just can't win. And there you go. Back go the Swedes, and looks like the pike man units are going in for the Swedish. We'll wait, and we'll watch as the pikes start to poke away. Nasty volleys there from the Bavarians. I really want to for some reason call them the French. I think this has been in every single damn video recently. There you go, pikes going in. They'll quieten up these musketeers. In go the pikes here in the center. And there you go, the first fight is getting underway. I think by the looks of it, yeah, musketeers are wavering. That is not a good sign. We've got the Raties over here. They are trying to join the fight. Whether a rear charge is a smart idea, I don't know. I wouldn't have thought so. It's like NCW3, rear charging is never helpful. Looks like Saxony is going to swing on in as well, trying to do some damage here to the retreat. Whether they'll get pounded here by the 6-pounder is quite likely. The Cav there, rear charging, I think he has upset its own allied musketeers. But also, they're probably not happy getting impaled by pikes. There you go, that's one musketeer routed. Another one gone as well. It's affecting the pike infantry here as well. And this ploy by the Swedes has worked. Got the pikes in. I mean, these guys have their swords out. They're not really pikemen now. They are swordsmen. Swordsmen of Sweden.
An ambush, General! An ambush!
But it's to be the Protestants to attack, it seems. The Catholics are going to hold their line. Whether the HRE can maybe drag some units this way to try and threaten the Saxons, you know, try and force back this advance, because the Saxons, yeah, are really pushing hard right now, trying to go for, looks like this battle line here, which is made up of a fair amount of pikes and musketeers. It seems like a fairly even split. But yeah, it's a really interesting sort of move there. The Cav fight has also got underway. It's a Cav and an infantry fight. There's pikes in here fighting the dragoons. So yeah, I don't know if Bavaria really shouldn't have sent these guys into Cav, but whenever you see, I mean, the musketeers are suffering, that's fine. Like, Cav against musketeers, great, that works. But yeah, Cav against pikes, ooh, that's a nice volley from the cuirassiers though into the light pikemen. But yeah, Cav against pikes, and just the thing about any total war, never really works. The counter-tilly, by the way, is just a side charge. This cannon, looks like he's going to try and route that. We'll see whether that works. And yeah, it looks like the Swedes have managed to get in amongst Dragoon pikemen and other units over here. They're trying to get the musketeers, I think. The target, their ideal target to try and take out these musketeers. See whether the Bavarians allow them. They are kind of just pulling through, which I don't feel like they should really be doing, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, they are kind of just pulling through those musketeers there. It's a bit cheeky there from the Swedish player, whether he picked the wrong one, but yeah, it's a pull through nonetheless. Over on this flank over here, got the Cavalry regiment fighting off against, well, Arquebusiers, I think also cuirassiers in here. I'd imagine that Bavarians going to win this one just through numbers and sheer quality. See the dark blue versus light blue. Sweden in the dark blue, Bavaria in the light. They are shooting whilst in melee. I think that's kind of okay. I think that just sometimes happens. I think the cuirassiers do that as they go in. Yeah, you can see a cavalry regiment. Combat even, apparently, but I do not think so. Combat even. The cuirassier Schomburg here might actually rout. It's redlining. We have Count of Tilly. He's right in the mix, I just like to say. He's still fighting against this cannon. Cannons, I found, have been a right pain to kill whilst in melee, and I think the Count of Tilly's about to find this out himself. But also,
Our
yeah,
men
it's
are
just better to
running,
shoot
sir.
them. It just really is. That charge actually from the Saxons here has been pretty deadly and has actually gone into the thing, Pappenheim musketeers and routed them. We have seen a charge from the cuirassiers. They've charged musketeers that are firing whilst in melee, which is a bit cheeky. I'm not a big fan of that. But yeah, they are going to blast these cuirassiers here. They've actually been encircled. Got encircled by another musketeer unit. Won't they side charge? Try to hit these, hit the flanks. The Saxons are wavering though. Well, actually, and so there you go. The Saxons wavered, I think, because the pikes came into the back lines. It also looks like the cuirassiers might suffer here as well. And your musketeers being shot point blank range there by the Saxon musketeers. It's a 2v1. There you go, pikes over here. Dueling it out, poking each other. And then a nice volley. They can side shot these pikes now. They can mop up this little flank nicely. Actually, the pikes, the musketeers did win against the cuirassiers. So that's a bit of a win there. Over on this side here, Count of Tilly is still alive. How, I do not know. He's routed a musketeer, but he's still not routed this damn cannon crew. What legends. Well, absolute chads. But yeah, the cavalry regiment here is starting to die. Finally, Bavaria, it looks like he's going to win that cav fight over there. And light pikemen are routing. Bavaria looks like he is sort of slowly pushing back this assault here by the Swedes. The Swedes are sort of retreating in good order. A lot of these units kind of healthy. But Bavaria loses his general. I think that's a fair trade, because Sweden still has got a lot of his troops in the field and has a general. Not a lot of cav, though. Got a wavering cav like Archivist here trying to get into the back lines. It's getting very messy over here. Swedes and Bavarians getting stuck in. Got horse cavalry. With artillery. Oh, it's artillery just being pulled forward. I thought, was it like dragoons or something? No, it's just an artillery piece just being dragged forward. What happened there? Looks like we're seeing German mercenary ratios moving forward, trying to silence the Saxons here, and it looks like they have finally sort of got the Saxons encircled and dealt with. And that little push. And we'll see what goes on. See whether the Swedes can sort of stabilize from that. Saxony risked about 5 or 6 units, and that was about it. And he probably took a decent amount of HRE units down with him as well. I don't know. I'm not seeing many routing. It's a few units here and there, but nothing crazy. It doesn't help that their flags are pretty similar. The Count of Tilly is still alive. He has 15 men remaining. And we also have Hans now in the fight. He's been supported by cavalry regiments. They're routing his pikes here. And looks like Archivist is fighting pikemen here, but the pikes don't have pikes out. So an easy time there. But again, he's kind of pulling through the pikes here. Don't know what to go for, whether he's just trying to get out of there. That's kind of a little cheesy, a little bit cheeky there. Bavaria actually chasing down these musketeers. I guess making sure that these, the cavalry unit there. Yeah, he's using his, I think his musketeers there to actually just keep these torpedo dragoons like dismounted, which is a good idea actually. Scare off the horses. Deny sort of like the dragoons of their mobility. And here we go. Looks like Hans is going in. It looks like Sweden is actually throwing everything in. I don't know what this plan is, but Bavaria is going to take it. It's going to start blasting with these musketeers. And here goes Hans. Just hit him. Hit the guy with the fancy armor. You need to be careful. He's very much with his side shot ability here. See here, looks like even though Bavaria is setting stuff, well, he's setting a few things in and he's wavering. Looks like these pikes actually get taken out though as well. Musketeers wavering here. I wouldn't, yeah, send Musketeers into combat, and you can see that's not doing a great job for them here. Looks like hands, and it looks like life. Hooligan's life regiment? What is that? Oh, is it a cav unit? It might be a cav unit, it might be a lifeguard. Yeah, I think it's a lifeguard red like cav unit. Very, very cool. They are routing a lot of units over here. So yeah, it looks like Sweden is making a bit of a counter push over here, actually. He's actually scaring off the battalion staff commander here and a load of pikes. He scared them off, and we've got Sweden with the arquebusiers in the back lines here, going after musketeers. Looks like he's routing those all on the spot. Wow. So yeah, it looks like Bavaria won the left, sort of like his left flank, the extreme right of the Swedish line. And then Sweden has won the left sort of flank of their fight, the Bavarian right. So that's very cool. Both of them are still in the game. Both like one half of their sort of like 1v1. So chilling it out. Saxony over here yet to really make any moves. Looks like he's pushing forward. His infantry is Dresden Burgerwehr, and also looks like pikes and stuff. So it looks like maybe we are going to see some action now. I think it is mainly coming about because it seems like the HRE is sending over. Well, it looks like he's maneuvering his cav and his infantry, maybe more towards the Swedes to try and support in that sort of fight there. Maybe it feels like if he pressures the Swedes pretty soon, he can sandwich them with Bavaria, what's left of Bavaria here. Yeah, the cav, it seems like over here for the Swedes doing some great work. These armored knights, yeah, just like cutting stuff down.
Oh, good.
And there you go. Seems like, well, they just kind of pulled out. The life regiment there just kind of pulled out. Then blasted its own troops, which I'm kind of fine with. He's going to do that. But yeah, again, just kind of pulled out of combat. Sweden doing a fair few pull-throughs here. Needs to be careful of that. They're charging somewhere. Is it? Might be the cuirasses here. Yeah, they're running. They're running after these musketeers here, getting rid of them.
Oh, good.
And it looks like they just routed them instantly. Just the sheer sight of the cuirasses routed them. I did more charging, more running. I think it's still, again, the cuirassiers. But yeah, Sweden needs to be careful. He's going to get himself encircled if he's not careful here. And we'll see. Yeah, actually looks like a lot of these troops here from Bavaria are running. Yeah, don't run. You'll get exhausted. Just walk. Like an NTW3, you just walk. And that's all you need to worry about, because anything else, just tire you guys out. Are a few units that desynced and just seem like they're just staying where they are. I know that seems to be quite common with these Pike and Shot battles. So yeah, like the Swedish unit here is just getting just farmed. They're running through it, but apart from that's okay. Sweden actually, no, I thought was he turning around, but he's not. I thought he was maybe gonna, turn and face. That would it's still risky getting encircled. It's a really risky and really silly place to place his army. Yeah, Saxon could be like super aggressive, try and help out his ally here, distract the HRE. Looks like they are getting on with that now. The HRE, led by Heinrich, yeah, looking for options, looking for where they can go. I mean, Saxony and HRE still have a decent amount of cav alive. They have the cav forces, really. The HRE probably is the biggest one. Bavaria still has a decent amount, and I mean, it seems like there's still a few elites here. I mean, there's lifeguards or like regiment unit here for the Swedes is pretty useful, pretty good, like tough to kill. And the cuirassiers is still there as well. Yeah, very interesting move here by Sweden. See how this works out. Don't know what exactly they think is going to happen by just turning putting their back towards Bavaria. And the 1 pounder crew here getting routed, looks like by a Dragoon Pike unit. Dragoon pikemen, but without their cavalry, so they're just pikemen. And yeah, cuirasses here rear shooting these pikemen here as well. So yeah, I don't know what the move is really from the Swedes in this at this stage. We've got two little dragoons over here. They're getting really close to the front lines. They're actually wavering these guys. These musketeers here. I don't know how they're being wavered, but they are. Just don't question it. I think that's the safest thing to do.
An ambush, General! An ambush!
Yeah, and I don't really know who's going to make the next move. It looks like Saxony's going in next. Looks like they're going to go all in on the HRE. See whether they can make their assault. Will they break through? We'll see. I mean, what are these? Oh, these are all the Jaegers. They got routed right at the beginning of the game, I think. Kind of been forgotten about. I know that like micro is probably not these, you know, because like armies are like 30, 25, 30 units, or more sometimes. So, yeah, like your armies are pretty hard to micro because yeah, there's so many units, so it is probably quite tough. Sweden is trying to, it looked like, get away from Bavaria, at least on sort of like Sweden's left. Its right's pretty slow, and it looks like Hans is getting shot for free here. Surprised the Bavarians haven't just got right up close and just shot him, or maybe they think maybe they think that the Swedish player might realise. That's what I was going to say. Again, what's happening here? Why are the Cuirassiers like not moving? Get these guys out of it. I don't know if he plays bugged. I don't think it is. Does the player just not realise? It's quite possible. Yeah, the Musketeers are going to go into melee, so that would suggest this is fine. The HRE player hadn't realised he was being attacked by Musketeers. He's just being snuck up on. Might be busy elsewhere. Just did not get around to microing this, which is understandable. They're going to battle with the Musketeers. Yeah, I mean, really, the Musketeers might still not win this. It's like they're a yellow lining, but so are the Cuirassiers. And here we go. The Pikes coming in now, twirling at each other. Again, both looking like they're light pikemen, or like looking like they're fairly similar, like armored-wise. They've not got any breastplates, things like that. Musketeers there look like going to be shooting each other, just dueling it out at point-blank range. These are more armored ones of Pappenheim Musketeers. Keep poking away. Do your bit. Yeah, the Bavarians definitely on their... Well, not Bavarian. It's just because they got a Bavarian flag. So I mean, like a HRE unit with a Bavarian flag. It's very confusing. But yeah, Pappenheim with who's decided to fight with the HRE today, not with the his own Bavarians. Looks like he should win that fight. I thought, well, numbers-wise, he seems like... Well, actually, I think he starts with less troops as the Pappenheim unit. So I would imagine he'll win that fight, but we'll see. The Musketeers need to just avoid getting poked, though, and those German mercenary ones for the HRE actually are wavering, and that's causing the other ones to waver here. And Pappenheim Pikes are redlining, so that's all not looking very good there. Bavaria is actually... I have no idea. I think he's just stood here. I'm really not sure what's going on here. Whether Bavaria is bugged out, I don't know. I think he might be. I think Bavaria might be bugged out. I'm really not sure. Because it just seems like maybe Sweden defeated Bavaria and then moved on up to support against the HRE. That's why Saxony's attacked. We're going to see a Cav fight here in a moment, I think. All these arquebusiers and Cav getting ready. It looks like, yeah, you can see they're going to form up at the arquebusiers of the HRE. Like, nope, we're not hanging around there. Where do they get a shot off these musketeers? These arquebusiers. They do get a volley. Some of them do. That nearly routs these guys. They're redlining. They're wavering. And yeah, Pappenheim's still holding strong. He's doing fine. General here, Heinrich, needs to be careful. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see whether they go and deal with Bavaria. Bavaria does seem like he might be bugged. He's on his way now. Maybe he's not, but the blobbing over here gives very AI sort of feel to it. Keep piking away, boys. Keep piking away. Side shots here from the Italian mercenary musketeers of the HRE. Should be doing some decent damage on the thoughts as pike infantry. Seems like they are unfazed by it, though, at the moment. And HRE have actually just carried on. They're mowing down these Saxons. Oh, and there you go. It has frozen. I don't know if we're going to get an end result then, because quite often this happens if the replay is bugged or if it's the wrong version. I don't know. But I think the HRE were about to lose. It looks like, yeah, if you can see over here, I think the HRE were going to go on and lose this fight. It looks like a lot of the Cav had routed. And the Saxons, I think, were... sorry, the Swedes are also a little bit in behind their forces here. And I think we are going to see a defeated HRE. I do apologize about that. It does sometimes just happen. If you don't get given the right version, like... told the right version, it does sometimes just happen. So, yeah, I do apologize about that, guys. But, yeah, I will see you guys in 1 second, though. I'll just make a quick cut. So, yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't get the replay to reload. It seems as though, yeah, I either had the wrong version or, like, of the mod activated, or it's just the replay was bugged. I'm not really sure. Yeah, it just seems as though the Protestants were going to go on and win that fight and defeat the Catholics. So, yeah, that would have been a nice ending to see, but it did seem as though we were seeing sort of pretty much what was happening. The Saxons were advancing, and the Swedes were kind of flanking on in. And it looked like they were going to defeat the HRE or what was left of them anyway. But yeah, there you go, guys. Yeah, I do apologize about that. It's not the perfect replay, but we've had a few like this before in Pike and Shot. It's the part of the joy of the mod, I guess. But yeah, hope you did enjoy. If you did, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support. And I'll see you folks in the next one. Bye for now.